you are pressuring yourself because of that thing. You want to move out from your parents' house, you're not happy. Yes, I'm not saying you should not move out from your parents' house, because there's this joy that comes from independence, like living in your own house. But you have to be very, very prepared before you do it. Do not just do things because others are doing it and all that, because people have help that they don't speak about. You have to consider bills, because there's light bill, there's water bill, there's waste bill. The rich our turn, adults in come hard. The rich our turn, everything come expensive, even to chop. Hey people, what's popping? Kilo Shele, Ogini Name. Let's go there. Okay, wonderful people, beautiful people. It's your favorite Achalugo, Chidera Giselle on the microphone. If you're new here, hi, I am Dara and I am a flight attendant living in Lagos, Nigeria. You are welcome to my channel. So guys, long time no talk, long time no chit chat. And if you watch my sit down videos, you know I get very real here. I say things the way they are. And today I want to speak to the young ones, because yeah, I've been posting vlogs about my adulting life, like lifestyle vlogs, but I actually want to sit down and talk about this, because these are things that they go through my mind every time. I experience them every time. I'm always thinking about them, different things related to adulthood. So today is going to be the first day of this adulting series, and today I'm going to be telling you things you have to know before you move out from your parents' house. After watching this video, then you're going to decide whether you are ready to leave your parents' house or not. So without further talk, let us dive right into the video. So the first thing you have to consider when moving out from your parents' house is money. I'm using money. I was supposed to say bills, but let me just say money. You need to have enough money. Like, it cannot be overemphasized. And I'm telling you, like, from experience, that if you even think that, okay, let's assume you think that 200k is going to be enough, because where you're going to rent a house, maybe you can get the house for 150k or 100k and you use the rest and sort everything out. I'm here to tell you that that money you think that will be enough will not be enough. In fact, budget times 2, like get times 2 of your budget, because it's not going to be enough. Because first of all, you're going to have to pay rent. And if you're paying rent in somewhere like Lagos, and let's assume that, oh, you're working on the island or you're working in Ikeja, you need to stay close to where you work. If you're working in Ikeja, you need to stay in Ikeja or around Ikeja, like areas that are very, very accessible to Ikeja. Then if your workplace is on the island, you have to rent somewhere on the island or somewhere around Yaba, Surulere, all those places that are very, very accessible to the island, that, oh, in less than 30 minutes you're on the island. If not, if you're gonna live in a far place, you're going to spend a lot of money on transport. So first thing you have to consider is rent. You have to pay rent, and rent is not cheap in the city where I live. I don't know about the city where you live. You may be living in some cities in Nigeria where rent may be affordable, but in Lagos it is not affordable, and we go through hell to be able to even get to be able to get the house. Like in Lagos, you will have your money, but you still have serious headache while trying to get the house. So you have to consider house rent. You have to consider that if you're moving into a place for the first time, you have to pay agency agreement, pay caution. Some places may require service fee. At the end of the day, like in somewhere like Lagos, at the end of the day, the additional money you're paying is up to 400,000 or 500 or even 600 or 700. Is that ridiculous? There are some young adults living in Lagos. Let me use Yaba for example. Many people living in Yaba are not paying anything less than 1 million naira for a tiny room and a parlor, like a mini flat. Then if it's a self-contained apartment, you may be lucky to see somewhere around 600k, 700k. If you see 500, is a miracle. That is how expensive rent is. So if you are not financially capable, please relax in your father and mother's house. So now, let's say you have money and you have paid your rent and the rent is out of the way. The next thing you have to consider is money for food. Food is no longer cheap in Nigeria, no matter where you live. Even if the area where you live was the cheapest place in Nigeria before, now I'm sure you'll be feeling it. If you used to buy pepper 15 naira, you're not buying it 200 naira. And we that in Lagos, I used to buy pepper 200. We're not buying pepper for 1k. So feeding is very, very expensive. I live in a house with my friends. We're like flatmates. Everybody has their own room, but we do bulk cooking every month. And I know how much you contribute just to cook about maybe 2 or 3 pots of soup and 1 pot of stew. I know how much you contribute. I know how we have to manage. I know how the money is never enough. After we finish contributing, we always have to contribute extra because the money we contributed was not enough to cover for everything. And the money we are paying for feeding does not include provisions like milk, Milo, oats, custard, and all of that. No, for all those ones, we do it on our own, like we do it separately. So if you had to add that one, maybe the money we spend on feeding. So you have to consider feeding, because if you're in your father and your mother's house and you are eating food for free and you don't have enough money and your parents are feeding you very well, please, you can stay back there, except you feel like you can afford it. I don't know if you get, you have to consider feeding before you move out from your parents' house. Another thing you have to consider before moving out from your parents' house is bills. And as I said, in fact, money is the major thing I want to talk about in this video. Like, if you're not financially capable, I'm not even saying I'm financially capable, because yeah, I have a job and I have a YouTube channel, but I know how I still have to calculate every month. I have to take my pen or my notepad on my phone and I calculate and over calculate, especially the middle of the month and the ending of the month. I have to calculate. I have to be careful. In fact, I don't spend randomly. I don't buy things impulsively, because it's not easy living alone. It's not easy living independently, like away from your parents. So you have to consider bills, because there's light bill, there's water bill, there's waste bill, there's security bill. Then if you're paying service charge where you're staying, you also have to pay your service charge, except you pay your service charge yearly. And then there are many things that may come up, like repairs. Maybe your sink gets clogged and you need to call a plumber, or you're having electrical issues and you need to call an electrician, or there's something they have to fix, or there's something they are paying for in the apartment where you live, maybe your compound, as we all call it. Let's say there's something that gets spoiled, like our pumping machine has spoiled up to 2 times since we moved here, and we had to contribute. Like, it's just come up impromptu. So you have to consider bills before deciding to move out from your parents' house. Yeah. Another thing you have to consider before moving out from your parents' house is you have to cook by yourself. Let's say you are lucky and you have a mom that cooks at home. Like, your mom is always cooking. Anytime you go home, free food, you eat whatever you like. And maybe you're a type of person that you don't know how to cook, or you don't like cooking. Cooking is not your thing. You are going to spend a lot on eating outside, or you are going to same way if you're staying alone. So if you're staying alone, you need to have energy to cook. Like, you need to learn how to cook, have the energy, like cooking. Even if you don't like cooking, just do bulk cooking and stock up in your fridge. And buying a fridge or a freezer is money. So that's why I said that before you move out of your parents' house, you really need to have enough money. Like, you need to prepare yourself mentally. It's not as if you have to do all of these things at once, because when we first came here, we didn't have a refrigerator, you get. But renting this house alone was a lot for us. The money we spent on going for inspections, paying agents for inspections, entering transport to where we had to go and inspect, like, we spent so much more than we could even imagine. So I need to prepare your mind that before you move out from your parents' house, you need to consider the fact that, oh, you will spend, and then if you don't know how to cook and you don't like cooking, you have to cook in your house, or you'll be stuck with indomie, or buying food outside, and that is not economical at all. Then another thing you have to think about before moving out from your parents' house is that people do not tell you the kind of help that they have. Let's say you're working somewhere and you have a colleague that is living on their own, and you're seeing them, they're doing so fine, they order food anyhow, or they're living large and everything. Like, in fact, the fact that they're living alone, you're already feeling pressure that my colleagues are living alone, I need to live alone, what's going on? And you're mounting pressure on yourself, and you do not know that people do not really tell you that they have help from somewhere. For some persons, they are from rich homes, like they are rich kids, or even if they are not rich kids, their parents still send them money. Some people are trust fund babies. Some people are on salary, like for life, like they'll keep on receiving salary, even if it's 100k, even if it's extra 50k, even if it's extra 20k that someone is getting from somewhere. It is help. And let's say you're earning the same salary with them and you're comparing yourself with them, you're doing yourself harm, because people do not really tell you where they get help from. Like, you will go online, maybe you're on Twitter, you're seeing that your peers, your age mates, they're living on their own, they're no longer living with their parents, they're posting about it, posting about their experiences, and you are feeling pressured, you are feeling bad. People don't tell you the help they get. Some people are in relationships where their boyfriends fund their lifestyle. And I'm not trying to shame them for that though, because if they have someone that is helping them, like if you have someone that is helping you out and you don't have to do something bad for it, then please receive the help, because they don't they use suffer go anywhere. Like suffer head, no they carry anybody anywhere. No award for suffer. Yes, there's one song that says no award for suffer, ejafufe megai. I'll play it now. No award for suffer, ejafufe megai. So yeah, there's no award for suffer. So some people actually have, like, they're in relationships where their boyfriend supplements for them. Maybe it's their boyfriend that paid their house rent, or they're doing some things you don't know about. Some people are actually doing bad things. Like, I need to also mention that, because it's as if I'm trying not to dive into that, so that it will not be as if like it's sensitive. I don't know if you get. But some people are doing some things that are not legal, or even if it's legal, some things are not morally right, to be able to have enough money to like fund that lifestyle that you're seeing. And you are pressuring yourself because of that thing. You want to move out from your parents' house, you're not happy. Yes, I'm not saying you should not move out from your parents' house, because there's this joy that comes from independence, like living in your own house. But you have to be very, very prepared before you do it. Do not just do things because others are doing it and all that, because people have help that they don't speak about, and they'll make you look as if, oh, is the salary that you're earning with them, or is their hustle that's. But no, life is not cheap. Nigeria is not cheap. So please, like, can you just take it easy? Like, take a chill pill. It's not as easy as it seems. It's not very, very easy to live away from your parents' house. So the next thing I need you to consider before leaving home is that for some persons, not everybody, for some persons, once you start living alone, like once you start living away from home, you have, like, there's some expectations your family will have. They will expect that, oh, this my daughter is living on her own, she has a good job, or this my son is living on his own, he has a good job. Some parents may expect that you send some amount of money home to them, and they may ask you, like, and let's say you're struggling to like even feed yourself or make ends meet, and then your family is asking you for money again. It may be hard for you, but you know how we are, that we can't turn our back on our family. Like, if our family needs something, we'll have to do it, even if it means that we are going to suffer for it. But if you are at home with them, if you are struggling, your family can see that you are struggling. I don't know if you get, and they can help out. Or if you're at home, there are some bills that you will not be paying. Like, you don't have to save for house rents. You don't have to pay some certain bills. You may not even have to like be the one in charge of feeding. You may just contribute 50k or 20k at home, or just contribute some little money at home, and they will appreciate you. Like, they see it as a big deal. But if you are away from home, you're handling your bills, and you also have to send something home, except you're from a home where they send you money, or your parents are maybe receiving pension, or maybe you're lucky to have siblings that are very, very buoyant and all that. So maybe one of your siblings is abroad, or you have an uncle that is abroad, or your parents are just boxed up and then they don't expect anything from you. But if you are from like a normal family, you're going to have expectations from home, so you have to consider it. Now, I need to clarify something. Now that I'm done making my points, I need to clarify something. I'm not making this video to tell you that you should not move out from home. No, I'm trying to prepare your mind before you move out from home. These are the things you have to consider. Like, they are very, very important points you have to consider. You don't just wake up and move out from home, because it's not as rosy as it seems on the outside. And like I said, people have help that they don't tell you about. People have other side hustles that they don't tell you about. There are so many things. So before you move out from home, consider all these things. But above all, prioritize your mental health. If staying at home is not good for your mental health, because I know that it can be very difficult to stay, like to be going to work from home, especially in African homes. So if it's not good for your mental health, or you just desire that independent lifestyle and you are buoyant enough, you have a good job, you feel like you can do it, just plan ahead. Like, if your budget for house is 500k, if you can save up to 1m, even if it means you stay at home for 2 extra months or 3 extra months, just stay at home, save up a lot of money, plan very well, let everything be in shape. In fact, already have your house and everything before you tell them at home. Like, already rent your house before you tell them at home that you're leaving home, except it's another state that you're going to rent a house, then you can leave beforehand. But if it's within the same state, like, get the house already, like do everything, let everything be prepared before you leave home. That's the way everything is going to be seamless for you. If not, your eye go see your eye go to see. Like, it's not easy out there. But I wish every young adult good luck, because it is really not easy to do adulting in this age. Like, you reach our turn, adulting come hard. You reach our turn, everything come expensive, even to chop. I know when I was way younger, even 5 or 10 years ago, to feed was way cheaper than it is now. So like it dey scatter my head. If it were in those days, if you take 50k to the market, if you take 50k, in fact, your hand will not be able to carry what you're coming back with. You have to use maybe a private car, maybe book a taxi or use a keke to come back home. But now, if you take 50k to the market, you will come back with one bako bag. That's how hard it is. So I know that it's not easy. Reach our turn, everything tough. So I pray for every young adult there that God will ease your affairs and help you find your way in life. You will navigate your way in life, and you're still going to make it, no matter how difficult it is out there. Like we have people that are our age mates that are buying cars, building houses, doing many things, making waves, living on their own, living independent. Even me that I'm making this video with you, I'm independent. I live with flatmates. Yeah. I'm going to make another video concerning that, like considering getting flatmates before you move out. Yeah, that's something you actually have to consider. You can actually share an apartment before you move out. You can decide to share an apartment with others. It will really help you cut costs. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to be seeing you in another video. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you know whenever I post a new video, so that you don't miss out on it. Share this video. Let's move this ministry to the permanent site and let young adults see this. I'm here to help young adults. I'm here to speak from my experience. I hope you share it. I hope you like. I hope you leave a kind and relatable comment. Thank you also so much for watching this video, and hopefully I am going to be seeing you guys in my next video. For now, bye, kiss, love ya.